Hello students, this is Dr. Sujata Magdum, Assistant Professor in Zoology, KTHM College, Nashik. Today, I'll be talking on immunology for MSc Part 2 students, and the topic of discussion is from Chapter 8, that is Immunotechniques. In this, I'll be basically dealing with the basics of complement system, which is essential to bring about certain type of immune responses, wherein the target cell which is infected or the antigens which are present into the body, they are removed by the action of certain soluble proteins which are called as complements. So let us begin with our discussion on the basics of complement system. These complement system, as I said, are seen present into plasma. You can say that they are series of plasma proteins. So these series of plasma proteins, they are commonly defined as complement system. These proteins, they are sometimes seen associated with carbohydrates, and so we can say that they also are formed of glycoproteins. Mostly, these proteins or glycoproteins, they are produced by large number of hepatocytes, that is the liver cells, or monocytes into the blood cells, whereas macrophages into the tissue or epithelial cells in the gastrointestinal or urinogenital tract. Now, now these different cells which I just talked about, they are responsible to synthesize nearly 20 different types of complements, and these are all seen secreted or they are seen present into the serum. Serum is the fluid component of the blood. You all know this. Further, when this secretion is seen occurring into the serum, they are always in their inactive form. So inactive form of complements, they are called as zymogens, or they are also called as proenzymes. Now these proenzymes both are essential for bringing about the innate or the acquired type of immunity. These complement system or the plasma proteins which are synthesized by variety of cells into the body, they play a keen role against extracellular pathogens such as bacteria. They function as opsonine and coat the surface of the pathogen. Receptors for complement components are located onto the surface of phagocyte, and therefore the complement components which are coated onto the surface of pathogen get bound to the phagocyte, and thus they bring about the immune response. Therefore, the main function of complement system is to enable the phagocytes to recognize the antigen. Alternately, you can say that these complement components can also induce direct lysis of pathogen, or which is seen into the cell or pathogenic cell itself, right? So with this now we shall move ahead to more understanding of complement system. But before we go into the depth, we shall discuss about the discovery as well as the history of complement system. In 1984, Pfeffer demonstrated that some cholera vibrio, that is the bacterium, can be lysed by guinea pig anti-cholera serum. Now this was performed by heating the serum at 56 degrees Celsius by Pfeffer for 30 minutes, and because of this heating he observed that the heating abolished the activity of disease causing pathogen, but it did not abolish the antibody activity, because the heated serum could still transfer immunity to another guinea pig. Now this was been confirmed by Pfeffer by transferring the heated serum into the healthy guinea pig, and there he could see that the immunity was still retained, indicating that the activity of antibody is not deformed, or it does not change, or it does not get abolished even after heating for 30 minutes at 56 degrees Celsius. Additional to normal fresh serum to the heated heat treated antiserum restored its lytic activity. This is what is very important, because if the lytic activity is been abolished, it means that the serum does not contain the responsible antibodies to bring about the lytic action. Thus, he concluded that antibodies to bacillus plus a heat labile component is seen present into the immune system as well as the normal system, where necessary for the lysis of Vibrio cholera in vitro is observed. Subsequently, Bordet and Endrich confirmed that the same results could be obtained in vitro, where by suspending the different Vibrio in presence of fresh immune serum. Now here the main credit goes to Julius Jean Baptiste Vincent Bordet, who won the Nobel Prize in 1919 for the discovery in immunity. He showed that the sheep antiserum to bacterium causing cholera is it causes lysis, and that heating the antiserum brings about agglutination phenomena into the bacterium. Agglutination is clumping of bacterium, and so he named the substance which brings about this agglutination into bacterium as alexin. Later, Paul and Rich coined the term as the complement, and then this term complement is commonly used then after. There are four important activities of complement system, that is, it brings about lysis, it causes opsonization, it brings about activation of inflammatory response, and finally brings about clearance of immune complexes, that is antigen antibody complexes. Now what is lysis? Lysis refers to, say for example, if there is a target cell which is infected by certain bacteria or pathogen, then such infected target cell with the help of complement is abolished or it is fragmented. So this phenomena of fragmenting the infected cell or the antigen is called as the lysis or the lytic effect. Sometimes the complement system, it causes aggregation of large number of antigens together so that the process of phagocytic action becomes possible by phagocytic cell, and this phenomena wherein large number of antigens, they are aggregated together or they are brought together, are called as opsonization. Most of the time it is also observed that these complement system is responsible to trigger the inflammatory response as one of its effect. Inflammatory response is caused because the complement system has the ability to attract or it has the ability to catch up large number of neutrophils as well as monocytes, which are in turn responsible to bring about inflammatory responses. And finally, in the serum, if there is soluble antigen which is seen in association with certain specific antibody resulting into formation of antigen antibody complexes, in such condition the removal of antigen antibody complex from the body is very much essential. This is achieved once again by presence of large number of complement system, and thus this ability of the complement system to remove antigen antibody complexes is called as clearance. So what are the different beneficial effects seen with reference to activation of complement system? First of all, as I said few minutes back, that it helps in triggering the inflammation. This is only because the complement system has the ability to attract large number of neutrophils and monocytes. Secondly, it causes chemotactically attracting phagocytes to the infection site. And this is very much essential to bring about the clearance of the antigens or removal of antigens from the body. Third, It also promotes the attachment of antigen to phagocyte. Once again, we can say this attachment of antigen to phagocyte is responsible for enhancing the phagocytic activity, and when the complement is seen attaching to the antigens, we can say the phenomena as opsonization. Or in other words, you can remember that whenever a complement binds to an antigen, it gathers different amount of antigen from the surrounding area to a particular area wherein large number of phagocytic cells are present, and this gathering of antigen is called as opsonization. So, the fourth important feature or benefit of complement activation is it causes lysis of gram-negative bacterium and human cells displaying foreign epitopes. That means whatever human cells are seen infected by different types of viruses or other bacterium, that will be targeted by the presence of complement system. This complement activation, it plays an important role in activation of naive B cells, which is very important so that these naive B cells get converted into effector cells and the memory cells. Effector cells are nothing but the plasma cells, and these plasma cells will be able to synthesize large quantity of antibody. So obviously we can say that whenever a naive B cell is present, it is functionally inactive or biologically inactive. This naive B cell, if it has to get transformed into its active form, this should be stimulated or it should be activated. So this activation is done by presence of large number of complement activators. In their presence, along with the association of antigen, the naive B cells get converted into effector plasma cells and the memory cells. Moreover, these complement activations, they are responsible for removal of harmful immune complexes, that is antigen antibody complexes from the body. Then let us talk about the components of immune complements. Now, as I said, there are 20 different components present, and these 20 different components are designated by the number as C1 to C9, that is C1, C2, C3 up to C9. Moreover, the letter symbol like factor B, factor D, factor H and factor I is also used to designate the different complements complement which are present into the system. Further, there is procordine or C1 inhibitor, C4 binding protein or S proteins which are also a part of complement component. Now these complement component, as they are proteins by nature, either they are seen present into the soluble condition in the serum or they are seen present onto the membrane. So depending on that, we can say that there are activation proteins, regulatory proteins or the receptor proteins. So activation proteins in case of serum soluble serum which is seen into the soluble condition is C1Q, C1R, C1S, C2 to C9, the complement component, factor B, factor D, MBP, MASP and so on. Likewise, the regulation of this soluble serum protein is done by means of C1INH, C4BP, factor H and I, S proteins and SP40. Further, if I talk about membrane bound proteins, here the membrane bound proteins are seen as the regulatory proteins and they are CR1. CR refers to complement receptor because they are seen present onto the surface of the cell. We call it as complement receptor. Then other than that, CD59, CD you know is cluster of differentiation 59. DAF and MCP. Whereas the receptors which are seen present onto the membrane are CR1 to CR4, C3AR, C5AR, CRIG and C1QR. Now let us see what do we understand by activation or why activation is essential. It is only because the several complement components which are actually the proenzyme or they are seen in their inactive condition, they must be cleaved to bring about their active form. Now this cleavage will activate the complement and it can initiate the process either by forming antigen-antibody complexes or by forming variety of non-immunological molecules like endotoxins. Now cleavage of complement component is designated as two fragments. One of it is called as A fragment, another one is called as B fragment. They are always abbreviated or they are written with small letters, that is small a and small b. A stands for small fragment, B stands for large fragment. The functionality of these two fragments, it is different from one another. For example, which is a small fragment, it has the ability to diffuse from the site and it can bring about the initiation in development of immune response. Whereas the larger fragment B, it always has the potential to bind with the target cell which is seen always near to the site of activation. Now for this, each C1 to C9, it can be splitted or it can be cleaved as C1A, C1B and so on. The exception is only to C2A wherein here A is not standing, it is not defining the smaller fragment, instead it is defining the larger fragment. So you can remember that except C2A, all the other complements, that is C1, C3, C4, C5 and so on till C9, A will be defining or A will be denoting the small fragment and B will be defining the larger fragment. Now these complement fragments, they have the potential to interact with one another and as a result of this interaction, they lead to form a functional complex. Now this functional complex could bring about the enzymatic activity which is denoted with the bar. Now here I have taken an example and I have shown the complex with an enzymatic activity wherein C stands for complement, C4 is the type of complement component and if I denote it with B, I can say that this is the larger fragment which is being achieved by cleaving the C4 fragment as C4A and C4B. C4A is the smaller fragment which will go into the inflammatory response, but C4B, if I say, it is the larger fragment which in association with the 2A will bring about the enzymatic activity and therefore a bar is been written over to the C4B2A molecule. Now this complement system, it brings about complement action and this complement action is responsible for activation of complement system which takes place through three different pathways and these pathways are called as the recognition and activation phase, enzymatic phase and attack phase. Now these complete actions of recognition and activation which forms the first stage in the phase of activation is responsible for recognizing the cell bound to the antibodies or the antibodies in the immune complexes and thus it leads to bring about the activation. The second one is enzymatic phase. In case of enzymatic phase, you can say that it is characterized by amplification of complement enzymes. Amplification means it will enhance in production of large amount of these sort of enzymes. And thirdly, the attack phase. Attack phase shows the formation of membrane bound complement complexes, that is called as MAC, and that is responsible to bring about attack on the target cell. Now with this, I would like to stop at this for this session, and in the next session I'll be dealing with the three different pathways which brings about complement activation, that is the classical pathway, the alternative pathway, and the third one is mannose binding lectin pathway, or it is also called as the lectin pathway. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy.